Dear students, good morning to all of you. Hope that you enjoyed the Christmas holidays, but the time has again come for study. Okay? So dear students, now you are going to start the new chapter, that is iterative constructs in Java. The new chapter is iterative constructs in Java. So iterative constructs in Java is the special or very important chapter of this Java programming. Iterative means repetition and constructs means to create, and Java means this is a language you know already. Java is a programming language. So in the language of Java, the creation of the iteration types of the statements are known as the iterative constructs in Java. You have created many simple programs so far. So what is happening? Just you are doing anything, after that compiling, you are getting the result. Okay? Here iterative constructs in Java, you will see that there are some lines which will be repeated at the time of the execution. Suppose you want to print your name 10 times, so no need to write your name 10 times in the Java program. Just you will write one time and you will get the output 10 times, because the line in which you have written the printing will be repeated 10 times with the help of the some iteration statements in the Java programming. Okay? So my dears, here you have to study well, you have to go through the full video, you have to study the PDFs we are sending. Alternate, one day we are sending PDF, the next day the same PDF is having its video. So dear students, if you watch the full video, then only you will be able to understand the programming. Okay? It is not a story that just you read and go. You have to see or you have to watch the video also. So this is introduction. Introduction, you know, this is very common word. Introduction means, suppose I tell you I don't know about anything, I don't know about you something, so I will tell just to introduce yourself. Here you don't know what is iterative construct, so I am going to tell the basic of this, what is iterative constructs, that is known as the introduction. So introduction of the iterative construct is Java begins here. Just you see, sometimes it is required that a process should be repeated many times. Just now I told, any line or anything you want to read more than one time is known as the repetition. So it is required a process should be repeated many times. For example, in the last class we had discussed about generating telephone bill. In class 8, when you were studying that time, one program was there. Okay. So for number of consumers, then the process of generating bill for all the consumers should be repeated up to the number of consumers. To fulfill this task, iteration or loop statements are used. So very simple, you have to understand. Suppose there are 1000 consumers of anything. Consumer means the person who is availing the facility of anything. For example, if you are using telephone, you are telephone consumer. You are using electricity, so you are electricity consumer. Like that, there are not one or two, there are many more who are availing the facility of the telephone, who are having the facility of the schools, etc. Suppose here is a school, here are many students. Suppose in your class there are 40 students, so we need to prepare the result of 40 students. So we will not go to do the same thing again and again. The process will be there, that we will write once and all the result will be created together. Okay, so this is known as the repetition. Okay, repetition is also known as the iteration. So what you have to keep in the mind just now, you have to keep in the mind, iteration means repetition, and repetition is very common word. Sometimes you are doing the mistakes, we are telling don't repeat it. Okay, means you don't do it again. So here the things whatever we are writing in the Java program, sometimes we need to repeat it. So that is known as the iteration. Iteration also called as loops. We'll see here, iteration also called as loops. Okay, loops, to perform any operation more than one time, the iteration or loop statements are used. The iteration or loop statement is mainly divided into three parts. So before reaching these three parts written just below here, you have to keep in the mind something. First of all, you have to keep in the mind what is iteration. Okay, so what do you understand about iteration? Why I am repeating it again and again? Because it is very important. So you have to keep in the mind that iteration is the repetition. And what is repetition? Doing the same action more than one time is known as the repetition. Okay, so here in the repeating statement, here are three basic things, three parts. First one is initial or starting value of the iteration or loop statement. Suppose I tell you that you write your name 10 times. So what will happen? The counting will be start from 1. That is known as the initial value. First time, then the second time, the third time. Like that, one by one the control will count how many times you have done this program and how many times you have to do it. So the first one is the starting value, that is known as the initial value. Okay. The next one is ending or stopping condition. Means after, suppose you want to write your name 10 times. So after completion of 10 times your control must be stopped. Means it should not run 11 times or 12 times. Okay. How many times it should run? 10 times. Even 9 times also not run. So it is having one initial value which is counting that from this number to this number, the same lines you have to what to do? The same lines the control has to repeat. The step increment is one process which will count. First time the initial value is 1. So step increment, next time will do 2. The next time it will do 3. Next time it will be 4. Like that, the step increment is the increment of 1 or 2 as much you need. Or decrement value, suppose you are doing anything in the descending order, so decrement value will be there. Okay, so initial value and ending value and increment value, these three parts are there in the iteration, which are very much important. This simply means initialization, test condition, body of the loop and updating. Okay, these are the things which will be used in the Java programming at the time of the creation of the looping. There are two types of the loop in Java. Basically there are two types of the loops in Java. One is known as the entry controlled loop, another one is exit controlled loop. So entry control loop is that loop which checks a condition before entering in the loop body. Okay, it is having a condition in the beginning whether it should be entered in the loop body or not. Loop body is that body which statements will be executed if the condition is true. Okay. Based on this mode of operation, entry control loops are for loop and while loop. There are two statements which are known as the entry control loop. Number one is for loop, number two is while loop. In case of for loop, how does it work? This is for is the statement. It is having three expressions: initialization, test condition and updating, means updation. So initialization, suppose you are writing here x equal to 1, that is the value of x. First time it is equal to 1. Here if you are writing x less than 5, this is the test condition. Before entering the loop body, it will check the condition. So initial value, after that a condition will be checked. Just you see the arrow is coming down. If condition is satisfied, your control will come inside of the loop body and it will read the lines body of the loop. Whenever your control will reach to this block, means this line, it is the curly bracket, closer curly bracket of for loop, your control will go back to the for loop again. So from here your control will go back to the initialization, it will reach here. The value of x was 1. Now here if you written x plus plus, so the value of x will be 1. Again it will test a condition, it will check if the condition will be satisfied. So next time the loop body will be executed, otherwise it will be skipped. So this is the working of the entry control loop. First of all it will check a condition, it will take initial value, checks a condition before entering in the loop body. The next one is here exit control loop. Do while is one exit control loop, you will see. Do, after that this is body, this is loop body, this one. So in this what happens, first time the loop body is executed at least once. After that, at the time of the exit of the loop body, it will check whether it will be repeated again or not. Okay. So do, so this bracket you see it is open here and close here. Inside of that whatever you are writing, that is known as the loop body. It is having the statements as well as the updation. So once the statement or block is executed, so next time it should be repeated or not, it will check a condition at the bottom of the while statement. It is given here. Do while statements, at the bottom it is given a condition. If the condition will be satisfied, your control will go and it will read the block again, the loop body again, otherwise your control will be skipped here. So two types of the controls of the looping are the exit control and entry control. Entry control, first of all the condition will be checked. Exit control, first of all the loop body will be executed, then the condition will be checked. This is the difference in both, and it very often these two topics are asked in examination also. What do you understand by exit control, what do you understand by the entry control loop? Okay, this is your for loop. For loop, its definition is it allows a set of statement to repeated or loop through a fixed number of times. Okay, here for example int j equal to 1, this is initial value, just we discuss about the initial value. The value of j is 1. The condition will be true if the value of j is less than 5 or equal to 5. At every repetition the value of j will be increased by 1. This is the updation expression. J equal to 1, here j less than equal to 5, the condition is true because 1 is less than 5. Your control will come inside of this block and the line will be read by the control. System out println j equal to, so j equal to, j in the double quotation mark, j equal to, so you will get this output j equal to in the double quotation mark plus j. So the value of j is 1, you will get here j equal to 1. After printing this, your control will come to this line and it will be back to the for loop again, and as soon as it is reaching to the for loop, your updation expression will be active. The value of j will be 2 because the value of j was 1. Now j plus plus is j equal to j plus 1. So the value of j is 2. Again it is entry control loop, and before entering in the loop body it will check once again whether it should be repeated or not. So j equal to 2 is j less than equal to 5, that is true condition because 2 is less than 5. Again system out println j equal to plus j, so j equal to, the value of j is 2 will be printed. Again your control will go back. This way the value of j will be 3, 3 will be printed, the value will be 4, then 4 will be printed, the value will be 5, then 5 will be printed. Like this you will get the output on the screen, j equal to 1, j equal to 2, j equal to 3 up to j equal to 5 you will get on the screen. Finally the value of j will be 6. After printing 5 the control will come and it will update the value of j, so that time the value of j will be 6. Now here the condition will be checked, j less than equal to 5, so condition is false. If the condition will false, the control will jump outside of this loop body and it will reach here, thus your program will be over, means your loop body will be over, and after that if you are writing here, that will be accessed. So this is the way how the for loop is working. Okay, so dear students, this is the entry control loop, and for loop is one example of the entry control loop. Hope that you will study well, you will watch the video and if you don't understand one time, you see again and again the video, you will must come to know the use of the for statement and the topic entry control loop and exit control loop. Okay, so be safe at home. But I tell you that many of your friends are coming to join the school to clear their doubts. You are also welcome. You come and you clear your doubts, and next thing we will discuss in the next video. So thank you very much.